Good, happy Tuesday evening. I'm Riley King, and welcome to my special report, State of Addiction on Opioid Awareness. Hashtag drug free is up to me. Hashtag take back New Hampshire. Let's begin. Deaths from overdose spikes in New Hampshire. The state's number of fatal overdose almost doubled in the past 5 years. Drug overdose deaths have increased by 33% in the past 5 years across the country, with some states seeing jumps of nearly 200%. And today at SNHU Arena was the first ever State of Addiction on Opioid Awareness Summit. And there were celebrities, actors, parents, all different people there, and tons of New Hampshire students packed the SNHU Arena. Let's take a listen to this video from WMUR News 9 of the event.
Thousands of students from across New Hampshire here to learn about the devastating effects of an opioid addiction.
By a show of hands. Bite into mag. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming Attorney General of the United States, Jeff Sessions.
He's a former prosecutor who told his young audience that in the 80s, he was on the front lines of a drug crisis in America. And he's inspired by this large-scale effort to defeat addiction here.
I want you to know that what is happening here today is not an ordinary event, in my opinion. It is a special thing. That's why I cleared my schedule here today to be with you.
The Attorney General reiterated what residents here already know too well. New Hampshire families have been decimated by this crisis. Attorney General Sessions says criminal enforcement is a priority.
The President has issued an executive order to the Department of Justice to dismantle these organizations and gangs. We're going after them. Of that, you can be sure.
Today's focus, though, was about prevention. Officials agree that stopping addiction with this generation before it starts is the key.
People need to hear the truth. No filter, no censors, just straight facts from people who've lived with the hard consequences of opioid abuse.
The Attorney General wrapped his remarks with high praise for this summit and marching orders for the students.
I could not be more proud and excited. Let's make this youth summit a turning point for the United States of America against drug abuse.
The Attorney General departed as swiftly as he arrived and did not take questions from the media. Live in the studio tonight, Amy Cavino, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on those two videos from the event that happened today. Seabrook reports spikes in drug overdoses. Let's take a listen to this video from WMUR News 9.
Dover has actually seen fewer overdose death calls, and a recent suspected drug death marks a slower pace over last year. But just as with Seabrook, those numbers can be deceiving. Dover police don't believe drug use is down. The drop in overdose calls, perhaps because of the availability of Narcan. Seabrook, like Dover, has seen no change in the number of drug-related arrests, but their overdoses have suddenly risen. 13 since the first of the year, 8 of those just in the last 2 weeks, one of them fatal. The chief sharing his concerns.
The supply right now is probably has a very high fentanyl content. So people who use and decide to use should be very aware that what they get today or tomorrow very well might end up with their death.
The chief says the key to reducing the supply is reducing the demand, and he believes recovery centers are helping. Safe Harbor Recovery in Portsmouth was the first to open. It's seen a surge in people coming through the door, and since it opened, there have been recovery centers to open in Durham, Rochester, and Seabrook, and another is set to open in Dover. Reporting live in Portsmouth, Jennifer Crompton, WMUR News 9.
And there you go on that report on this drug awareness. Sununu moves to defuse cross-border skirmish over opioid crisis. Let's take a listen to this video.
Governor Chris Sununu took the stage at the annual Hillsborough County Republican Committee Lincoln Reagan celebration. Hours earlier, he was on the phone with the mayor of Lawrence.
Oh, it was a great conversation. I gave him a call. I looked to catch up with him a little bit and just really explain that this is all about a cross collaboration.
On Wednesday, the governor said most fentanyl in New Hampshire comes in from Lawrence. The mayor of Lawrence responded saying his city hired 23 new police officers and thinks New Hampshire needs more treatment available.
Okay, and there you go on that report. And how can you stop this drug epidemic? It's all up to the people that are taking the drugs. Just go to a recovery center and get the treatment you need to get yourself better. And just stay away from drugs, everyone. Are you sick of heroin epidemic? Report a drug dealer right now. It's anonymous. Let's take a look at the video.
First you stole prescription pills from your mom. You threw back a few, and then they were gone. So you're jonesing real bad, yeah, you need some more. So you call the shady guy and say you're looking to score. And that's how you got addicted to heroin. He came over quick, said he got something new. For just $10 you snort or chew. Said just one time, and then you'd be fine. But soon you OD'd, and now you're dying. And that's how you got addicted to heroin. And that's how you OD'd on heroin.
And you can call the anonymous tip. It is 1-800-NAB-DOPE. Take back New Hampshire. And there are treatment and recovery centers in New Hampshire. There's one in Portsmouth. Also, safe stations. The Manchester Fire Departments are safe stations, and the Nashua Fire Departments are safe stations. You go there and get checked up, and then they send you to a recovery center. And to stop this whole drug epidemic, it's all up to the person. Hashtag drug free is up to me. It's all up to everyone that takes the drugs. So people, just don't take drugs. Stay away from drugs. They're bad for you, bad for your body, and not good to take. Makes you not happy, it makes you go into a dark side and not in a happy side. So just stay away from drugs and let's make New Hampshire drug-free New Hampshire and take back New Hampshire. And that does it for my special report on state of addiction on opioid awareness. Hashtag drug-free is up to me and hashtag take back New Hampshire. I hope you enjoyed this special report and have a wonderful night, everyone. Good night. Bye.